So, hello everyone, I'm Malika from Alala Sims, and this is SimGuruJill, one of our favorite people in the world. So, Jill, you showed us yesterday the first sketch you and me did to develop some iShuno. Can you please share to the viewers how was the creative process to develop the four districts?
This was the most well thought out, most organized and planned world I have ever worked on. It had tons of creative challenges that we had to address, and somehow we pulled it off, even though we had all sorts of, so for instance, everything always starts with a whiteboard sketch, so the designers came up with their ideas of our awesome 4 distinct districts. From there, concept art just went into blue sky, which was one of the most fun parts of the process, sometimes for me, where they go to town and they just draw all of these different renditions of what they see in their mind based on the words that design has put out for them. And after we were happy with those different sketches, it was kind of really impressive how true to form the end result for each of the districts came out. So we had concept art for Spice Market, and while I was researching for Sims Camp, I was actually really shocked to see when I put together all of the concept art how much it actually does look like the end result. That literally never happens. So props to our art team, who they had to work very, very closely with each other. So once the concept was all signed off and we were ready to go, this time around, usually when you build a world, you start with the world, then you go to the lot size, and then at the very, very end, you tinker with the interiors. No, we had to do it, it was crazy. We had to do it completely opposite for this pack because everything was so reliant. So we had to start with the interiors. So before there was any apartment tech, any world or anything, we had to start, me and design went through with some stubbed in apartment prototypes and make sure that you could fit a bathroom, make sure you could cook a dinner, make sure you could woohoo or whatever you needed to do. And that helped drive what our lot sizes need to be, which meant that helped drive what our apartment building sizes were going to be. And then after we've got the shell buildings out, that's when we start designing our entire world. So it was really funny how we had to kind of design it backwards. And I'm happy we did it that way because yeah, it all worked out.
Which district was the most difficult to create and why?
Oh, that's an interesting question. So definitely Uptown. Uptown is our rich, decadent, skyscraper, up in the clouds neighborhood, and that had a lot of challenges. It's one of our coolest neighborhoods, of course, but it had a whole bunch of challenges because one, in my career in Sims 4, we've never made a neighborhood that's literally up in the clouds, so we needed to figure out how we're going to do that. And then there were questions about, well, there's going to be a huge view that we're seeing here, so we actually had to add new tech that we called onion skinning to make sure that you didn't see the end of the world before you wanted to. And just figuring out how that neighborhood was going to float and still feel like it made sense, that was a tricky one. But oh, and camera, of course, in our early discussions, camera was always brought up as this is going to be challenging. But we put our heads together, we did our research, and the team executed a really, really, really good neighborhood. So yeah, Uptown. That was a challenging one.
Which district is your favorite?
That's a trick question because honestly, they're like my kids. I have a hard time picking which neighborhood I like the best, but I'll tell you my favorite element of each neighborhood. Does that still work?
Yeah,
Does
sure.
that still work? So my favorite thing about the Spice Market is the coziness that I feel from it. It's actually, it reminds me, I grew up in the Midwest, so seeing those brownstones, it kind of reminds me of when I would visit Chicago or anything like that, so I think that's a cute neighborhood. Fashion District, I think, is just, it's so unique and gorgeous, and the colors get me, the organic shapes of the neighborhood gets me, so I love, love, love Fashion District. My favorite thing about Uptown is the breathtaking view, especially at night. So Uptown at night is probably my favorite. And my favorite thing about the arts corridor is just all the colors and the gorgeous, the neighborhood itself feels like a sculpture, so I love that one. Yes.
Regarding the new gameplay, what do you like the most in the Sims 4 City Living? What do you suggest the players to do?
My favorite part of it. Honestly, what I like, me personally, and maybe I'm a little bit biased because this is what a lot of the stuff that I worked on, but I like that the neighborhood, the outside, the open street itself, has suddenly become so much more playable than it's been in previous cities, because we didn't want to make a city pack where you're still confined inside of your apartment, though inside the apartments are still statue is my favorite in the world. So yeah, I think that's really fun. And the weirdos. I love the weirdos.
I heard that you're a great fan of karaoke.
Yeah.
So, is it true? Do you want to share your thoughts with the singers about karaoke?
My thoughts about karaoke. So, no, it's true. We're karaoke dorks. It was kind of a natural fit that we made a karaoke machine, and a number of us producers actually had our hands in helping out with producing this karaoke machine. So, we did every TGIF, we actually did have karaoke parties in honor of the new object, so that was super fun. So if you saw us singing yesterday, it's because we all had a little bit of practice. we've been doing that at our TGIFs. That's when every other Friday, at the end of the week, everybody gets together and they just kind of go bored, eat food, snack food, and sometimes sing karaoke. So yeah, I love karaoke. I'm happy we had it in the game, and I love the videos and the funny animations and the voices of the people singing karaoke. That was the best part. Like, a lot of people that we brought into the recording studio, I mean, they're trained voice actors, so of course, you ask them to sing a song, and they're like, la 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 la, but you have to have a progression to karaoke, so a lot of these actors, even though they're super good, we had to ask them to sing, sing at a really bad, low level, like you've never sang in your life. So it was really cool watching them purposely struggle to sing off key and throw little nervous giggles in there and stuff. So yeah, it was fun. It was a fun feature. I could go on and on.
Before finishing this interview, I have a special request from Brazilian fans.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you are aware of that, but everyone there loves you
Oh.
very much. And it would be really fun to hear you say some Portuguese words. Would you like to try it?
I'd love to. Espero que vocês gostem de vida na cidade. Beijo!
Perfect.